can we just agree on something? Because I'm looking up right now, what it is and stuff. Like, if I don't have insurance, like, how would I get my stuff? And I feel a little bit better now because I found out there's a law they put in place that I can get my insulin for $35. Unfortunately, I won't be able to get these anymore because that stuff's ridiculously expensive and I would not pay that for it. I'd just go back to the old way it was of my blood sugar maybe being high, maybe being low more. It'd shorten my life, but saved me a heck of a lot of money. And I looked at an appointment cost without my insurance as $205. So I have to see my doctor about three, maybe twice times a year. So I'd be about $615 or $408, which isn't terrible. I mean, it's still ridiculous just to stay alive. But what we really need to do is if we want to eliminate the government, like health assistance, like this is for both sides. This is for both sides. If we want to delete the government health assistance, just lower the price of stuff, man. Just lower the price of stuff, and then we could have pharmacies like we have food drives. We'd have pharmacies for people that can literally prove they don't have anything, and you could just be like, here, you pull up to this pharmacy just like a food drive place. Here's your medicine. You know, I mean, medicine could be like, let's say at the most $10. $10. $10. I still think that's kind of high, but I reasonably don't think anybody's gonna make it any cheaper. I think $10 is the actual minimum you could ask for. I get like stuff like this. This is electronic, so. But even that, dude, $10 for this thing. It's a little stupid thing with a stupid computer chip in it and stuff. $10 for that thing, and we're talking per thing in the box. I guess there's 50 of them, so it'd still be $150 for all of them. So I guess if you want to have these, you got to be bougie and be rich or whatever. And then this thing on my arm for one of those, $10. What I really think the government should do is because I read a lot of stuff and I read they're worried about if they tell certain companies they can't charge this, they'll leave America and then it'll make it hard for us to get medicine and stuff. And I understand that. U.S. government, why don't you? The money you will save, I guess, from doing this to sick people, if you're going to go through with this, why don't you make your own government facility that is run by the US government that makes all these medications people need to live? You make them. You make them and you give them to the people. And that's what people's taxes could go for. People could get these medicines from you. I don't know. I guess there's a lot of free health clinics and stuff you could go on and get the stuff from, but why don't you guys make insulin, inhalers, stuff that people need to survive? Oxygen, stuff like that. I don't know, maybe you do make. I didn't look into oxygen much, but why don't you make that stuff ourselves? Since we're supposed to be a good country or whatever, why don't we manufacture that stuff in the government instead of letting private companies do it? Because then they can charge whatever they want. And I get what you're scared of is you're scared of them getting in a bad mood because like, oh, I don't got no money, and they just up and leave. But I kind of doubt they're gonna do that because if they do that, they're losing everything. They're losing all their money. I guess they could go to another country and kind of get it from their government or whatever. But the the point is they're still going to lose money. They're going to take a loss just from not getting more money. And I think if you really play on those people, because giving up something entirely is hard, and if you really play on those people's emotions more, and you're like, hey, you can't do this, and all they start getting mad, like, oh, I'm gonna leave. Do it, bitch. Do it. Do it. If I was president, that's what I'd tell them. I'd be like, do it, bitch. Do it. Leave. Leave. Leave our country. Leave. Leave. Lose everything instead of getting less. Leave. And then I found out on the left side, they're like, these companies need to be able to charge what they want so they can do more research. Buddy, they're not trying to, and this makes me mad about the left now, they're not trying to research getting rid of the disease, because if they get rid of the disease, they don't make no money, because now they're just giving people, they go to the doctor like, oh, you got diabetes, oh, here you go, now you don't no more. That's a one-time thing. If they make something like that, that will be expensive because that's a one-time thing. This is just like the thing they've done with cars where they're like, oh, we can make a tire. They literally, I guess they made a tire or some kind of car, something auto-wise that lasted forever. And they're like, yeah, we can't do this. We're not going to make any money. We're not going to get repeat customers because it's all about money, right? It's not about making people happy and making people healthy and stuff like that. It's not about that. It's about money. Because again, I'm gonna go back to the thing of some guy made a car that could run off water, and Big Oil said, "We will kill you if you make this." You know how nice that would have been? You know how much money people would have saved from driving that car? How much every country could heal from not having to pay for gas for shipping? Like, really, you would have to really pay that much for shipping anymore. You just had to make sure the driver got a paycheck. You wouldn't have to pay for the gas in all these vehicles. And I was just seeing a thing today on Google about somebody that built a solar-powered yacht that can run basically forever. Hello, let's do that to our shipping, our ships that ship stuff overseas. Let's do that because no more fuel. They don't need fuel. And big oil's mad. They're like, oh, we don't want that. You guys have reigned for so long and you're rich as hell. I think you got enough money. I think you can invest. I think you could keep going. You know, you people got money. You're fine. You're not gonna go broke anytime soon. I mean, the way people spend money, maybe, but just chill. Just chill. I know I said life's about living to the fullest, but you know, when you're doing it so much other people are struggling and they're suffering, that's kind of messed up. But again, it kind of upsets me because now I'm mad at both sides because I seen that on the left, they're like, hey, we need to let these people charge what they want because it helps them do research. No, we don't. We don't want people to charge whatever they want for medicine people need to survive because people are evil and people are greedy and they will charge whatever they want. They don't care if you're dying. They'll be like, oh, you can't afford it? That's too bad. Maybe next time. There won't be a next time. They're dead. But whatever. But yeah, I just thought I'd make this real quick because that's just kind of bullcrap, in my opinion. Like, this stuff is really opening up my eyes and making me do research and stuff. And I just... Government, make your own stuff. Make your own stuff. Make your own insulin. Teach people in the army how to do it. Some people in the army are just sitting on barracks and stuff. Teach them how to make... You said the army is for, like, making America better and, like, stuff like that. Teach our army. There's people who are smart enough in the army that probably could make insulin. Teach them how to make insulin and make all these medical stuff and stuff. And then the barracks, they could double as, like, places that people protect the country, and then they make medicine there too, and that would be good. You know, that would be very good. Don't do it in the same room as like weapons and stuff, but like have a separate facility on the place, but make our own medicine, man. Don't make another company because monopolies, I guess, are illegal. And basically, when you're letting a company run stuff with, there's a lot of monopolies. They might be illegal, but there's a lot of them. Like a lot of food, the food industry basically is a monopoly. Like it's one big thing. If you look into it, it's crazy. But I'm just saying. But I feel a little bit better now because I feel more safe because I found out I could just $200 to go to my doctor. I hate paying that, but if it means staying alive for my girl, I'll totally do it. If I lose my insurance, I'm going to do my best to try to keep it, but things might come up. I might not be able to. And my insulin, if I can get it for $35, I mean, I could even go to Walmart and just, I guess, buy a brand that's like $25 for a box or something. Or maybe I just cut my insulin intake and I start eating salads and stuff, which I like salads. I don't know how I would afford that, but maybe I just have to eat less. I don't know, but the point is I probably will be all right. And other people that have diabetes probably will be too. But it's still kind of wrong to make people feel that way that are sick. I still don't agree with that, but you know, at least I do have an avenue where I can still survive, and other people do too. But I'm still telling you, stock up on your supplies. Just please do that. Even if you're covered, just do it because you never know. Your pharmacy could run out. I've gone to my pharmacy before, and they're like, "Hey, we're out of this. You have to wait like a week." And I'm like, "Oh," they're like, "Is that okay?" I'm like, "Yeah. I just come when I'm supposed to refill it." I was like, "I got it. I got enough at home. I'm good." And the other day I went in there and they're like, "Hey, we got some left. Do you need it?" And I'm like, They're like, can you wait a few days or do you need it now? And I'm like, they're like, we can give it to you now. And I'm like, no. I'm like, I got plenty at home. I'm like, keep it. If somebody comes in here and they need it right now, give it to them. And they're like, you sure we can give it to you? I was like, no. I was like, I got plenty at home, man. I said, somebody comes in here. I said, I got enough for another, because it was my pods. That's what it was. I had 3 of them left in the box, and they had 3 boxes of them there. And usually they have to call and order those. And I was like, oh wow, that's nice. They actually have them here. And I would have took one if it was my last one, but it wasn't. And I only had to wait like 3 days. And I was like, yeah, these last for on average 2 to 3 days. So like, I got 3 of them. Even if one was to malfunction, I would still be all right. So I was like, yeah, no, save it for somebody else. They might need it. So I'm a nice guy. I might not be religious, but I'm a nice guy. I was like, yeah, this medication I need to survive. Somebody else needs it too, man. And, yeah, here, take it. Yeah, I don't need it. I don't need it. I won't take it, man. That's what I'm saying. Even on Medicaid, I don't like going to the doctor if I don't feel like I need to. I don't like wasting the government's money because I appreciate them paying for my medicine. I do. I appreciate that. And I don't like going to the doctor if I don't have to because I'm like, I mean, I should, but am I alive? Am I all right? Am I going to live? Yeah. I sprained my finger, maybe broke it because I accidentally did something on my bike and I hurt myself. And I was like, ow, yeah, it hurts. It don't hurt now. It's completely healed. It hurts a little bit if I bend it, or if I touch it, it hurts a little bit. It kind of stings, feels like it's cracked or something. But like, I'm fine. I don't need to go to the doctor for that. I mean, I should, but I don't need to. The government is good enough to pay for my medicine for me to live. So, like, I'm happy about that. And I don't want to waste their money on my finger, you know, if they're doing that. But now that they're going to put these work requirements, I mean, I'm going to go every chance I get. Like, something's wrong. I'm like, well, I did do this to get this. So now I feel like I'm kind of entitled to doing it. Like, right now, I don't because what do I do to get it? I just exist. Like, yes, it should be a rightful human right, but like, what makes me better than anybody else where they might not get what I get, and then, you know, maybe there's not enough money or something. Somebody actually needs to go to the doctor for something like a heart condition, something serious, and then here I am taking money for something I don't really need to live. Like, that's how I see it. I don't like doing that if I don't absolutely have to. Because I don't like doing that because like I think about other people. I'm like, man, there's other people that are sick. Is like, what makes me worth this? Nothing. Nothing makes me worth that, and it doesn't anybody. Like, I know if you're in pain and stuff, it can be hard, but usually pain is pretty bearable. I don't like how in this country we can't really get good dental. Look at me. I have no teeth in the back, and these are like gum disease and stuff. I won't take them out though, because without my front ones, I can't eat. Everything in the back is gone. It's all gone. It rotted away, and they ripped it out. And over the years, I ripped them out with forks and stuff. But yeah, I wish everybody could have access to healthcare, and that's on both sides. Like, even though I don't agree with the right more than the left, I still would like everybody, even you guys, to be able to go to the doctor or stuff. Because I've seen people that are like country people. My dad is a country person. Wouldn't. My dad don't vote. He don't care about that kind of stuff. My dad's not a good guy either. But my dad had a lawnmower, a freaking some orange one, Cub Cadet, some, I don't know what it was. I drove it sometimes. I mowed the lawn when I was a younger kid once. I only ever mowed the lawn once. My parents didn't let me do a lot of stuff growing up. But my dad was loaded on a trailer to sell it when him and my mom got a divorce. The thing rolled off, and a whole lawnmower with a blade fell straight on his foot. And he said when he walked away, he heard a and his foot is bleeding, and it broke. And he took sticks and a rope and stuff and wrapped his foot up. And he had health insurance because he's on disability because he used to work at Armstrong, and his arms got all like tangled up in like some machine or something. And he's like, I don't need to go to the doctor. I don't like doctors. And he fixed it himself. And he walks on it today. And I'm like, he shows me it. It's a bad scar. And I'm like, yeah, Dad, you really should have gone to the hospital. Like, his bone came through his skin. And he just wrapped it through some, I think, baking soda or powder on it or something, and just wrapped it with like toilet paper and sticks, and he was going around showing it to people and stuff. He showed it to his insurance agent at State Farm and stuff, and they're like, you're nuts. And he's like, nah. I am country rooted, so I get what country people do. Sometimes you'll do a crazy thing to save $1. I've done it myself. I've fixed things with zip ties that I never should do that with. Like, if you look at my vehicle I built that just to save money and because I can't drive. And I want to be able to drive. I am a country boy at heart, even though I like ponies and stuff like that. I am. I grew up in the country, out in the wilderness, out in the boondocks and stuff, and I liked that life. I always wanted horses and I always wanted a farm, so yeah, but I'll never have it because I can't work towards that. I don't have the energy. I don't have the. I wouldn't be able to own a farm. I can't drive. Like you can't do that without being able to drive. And I want to work for construction, but you can't do that without being able to drive. It's like my diabetes ruined my life, and that's why I'm so bitter, I'm so angry and stuff, because I wanted to drive, I wanted to do stuff like a normal person and stuff like that, and this thing just, it came in and it ruined everything, and I hate God because he let it happen to me, and it's like, it sucks. I wish I could be a delivery driver. That's what I would do to make my hours, and I would get over my hours. I probably wouldn't even be on Medicaid because I'd make so much money because I love to drive. I do. I love driving my bike that I built into a pickup truck. I'm not going to put a picture of it. I don't even know why I recorded this way. This ain't being a short now. I made it way too long. But yeah, I don't know. I want to make this video because I just like giving people good ideas and stuff. I like helping people and stuff like that. And I might not be religious, but I do not like seeing anybody suffer, even though I'm like, yeah, the people that do this should die. It's just like, I feel like if you're going to be mean to people that are sick, that's kind of evil, and I feel like evil should be gone. Like, I'm one of the people that fully believes that, yes, Hitler, people say as a baby, he should not be killed. If I had the opportunity, I know what that's going to grow up to be. I'm taking it out, If I know something is wicked, I'm taking it out. Like, if it's going to harm humanity, I don't want it here, And I'm sitting here being like, I will and stuff, but it's only because I'm pushed back in a corner and you're messing with my life and stressing me out. And I already have so much on top of me and I can't take medication because medication is what gave me this diabetes and ruined my entire life. My whole life is depressing and sad, and I want to make YouTube my career so maybe I can have enough money to make it less, fill the hole in my heart where a car would have been. Because I really love cars, and I really wish I could have one, but it's not safe. I'll fall asleep on the wheel, end up killing somebody, going to prison, and I don't want that, I'm weird. I'm stupid. I'm weird. I probably have autism. I'm a wreck. I'm scared. Things scare me all the time. I hear this stuff about health insurance stuff. It scares the crap out of me because I need that medicine to live, It's scary. Really is. But I do feel a little bit better now knowing that, yes, I could afford my appointment. I wouldn't want to, but it's not like ridiculous. It's not like $1,000 or something like that. And I probably would just go to a free health clinic, honestly, because all I need is my prescription. I don't much like my doctor because they didn't help me when I was going through my stuff for the 7 years where I couldn't basically walk or ride a bike or anything like that. It was hell for me. But, yeah. So I wouldn't want to pay them my money out of a principle, but I don't know what else to say. I just hope, even if people on the right or left, whoever thinks I'm a bad guy, I don't like people seeing me that way. I guess people will see me that way because I hate God, but I love to help people. I help out at my work all the time when I'm there. Like yesterday, I came in there just to buy a pop. One of my coworkers like, I don't know what to do with this, and they got this hard task. I had to put all these cups on a shelf, and there's no freaking room for them. And I helped them rearrange it so it would work. I wasn't even on the clock. I wanted to help, and I was there with my girlfriend and her sister, and I was just trying to do what I could. I love helping people. I do. I'm the kind of guy that if I had a truck and I seen somebody, or I had a car and I seen somebody in bad weather just walking down the street, I'd pick them up. I don't care if it puts my life in danger. I would pick them up. I've picked up homeless people off the sidewalk with my weird car and my bike I've built. I've just seen them walk, and I see how slow they're going. I saw this guy a couple weeks ago. He was walking And I was driving down the road. He was on the sidewalk, and I heard him over there go. Is this like overweight? Like probably I don't know how old he was. He had a gray beard. He wasn't wearing a shirt. He's sweating everywhere. He's all red. And I pulled over. I'm like, hey man, you good? And he's like, yeah, I'm good. And he's like, I went to Walmart to get me a pen. And I'm like, where are you going? He's like, oh, I'm going over here, and I'm going to the mall where he's going to. So he lives in the apartments, like probably a half a mile away, and I'm like, okay, I know where that is, and I'm on an electric bike, so what does it cost me to help him? So I'm like, dude, jump in the back of my bike. I'm like, I'll take you home. He's like, are you sure? He's like, oh, I weigh a little bit. I weigh a little bit. I'm like, how much you weigh? He's like, 2 something. I'm like, this bike can handle 4 something, and I weigh like 150, so I'm sure we're good. I said, just hop in, man. I said, you're good. Because I wasn't even going to ask him. He could have been overweight. It might have hurt my bike, but I love helping people, man. I do. I love helping people. And it's the way I think is some people think when they were in hard times, they're like, hey, you know, this was hard for me and I'm pissed and I never got no help. So I'm not helping anybody else. And I've been in that mindset. That's not the way to be. You know, if you're in a hard time and you're like, hey, nobody helped me, so I'm not going to help others, we can change that. You know, we as people that have gone through that can change that and make society better, because if you've gone through that, you know what that feels like. Why would you want another soul to feel like that? Why? Like, if you see them struggling and you can help them, why not help them? That's what I say all the time. I'm like, man, I'm upset I have to work and stuff now, and I kind of get the mindset of these people that are mad and they're like, oh, I have to do it, so they have to do it. I was starting to kind of get that way and feel that way. I'm like, no, man. I'm like, that's not how to be, you know, man. It's anger. It's that anger in your head talking, and I know a lot of you backwoods people are angry and stuff, because like I said, I am one of you. I stand before you wearing a pony shirt and looking, I guess, gay or whatever, but I'm one of you. I grew up in a small town in Three Rivers, Michigan. I grew up in a little place called Parkville. I lived right near the town hall, and it was some of the best years of my life, and I really did like it out there. I'd give anything to buy back that double wide and live there again. I loved that house, even though there was a lot of abuse I remember in it, of my mom and my dad fighting and everything. I love the house. I cried the day we left it because of the divorce. And I didn't care about the divorce. I never liked my dad. And then over time, I started not liking my mom because she cared about her pets more than me and let me live in feces and all this other stuff from her animals and stuff like that. And I tried cleaning it, but she had like 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 dogs, just kept multiplying. There's more and more. And I'm like, I'm just going in my room. And people are like, oh, you should have told the police. You should have did this. You should have did that. And you got to realize this is where somebody lives. You know, this is my home where I lived with them. And if I was to get my mom arrested and my dad arrested for what they did to the animals, and I know I'm kind of coming back to like, hey, you should do good, and I wasn't doing good for these animals, I didn't know where I was going to go, because I don't know, man. I was just beginning life. I was a teenager, and dude, I know I should do something. All my friends in the sheriff are like, dude, you need to do something, stuff like that. I'm like, what do I do? Because if I get my parents arrested, where am I going? Like, I'm going to end up in foster care. My whole life's going to get changed for something out of my control because I have terrible parents. You know, I'm trying to live where I am now and not lose everything I own, because I'd have lost my ponies, my cars, everything like that, my video games, all that stuff. And that stuff was like more to me than just that. It was my friends. I didn't really have friends. I talk about having friends in the trailer park, but it was nice, but they didn't hang out with me as much as, you know, my stuff was there for me, you know what I mean? And that's probably why I'm that way, because growing up, I lived in that little town in Three Rivers, and I had nobody out there, man. It was just me, my trampoline, my radio-controlled cars, and that's what it was, man. But, yeah. I don't even know what I went off on. I'm just trying to, I don't know, talk about some stuff and some of my ideas. I just don't know why America doesn't make their own stuff government funded made in the government, and then that they could make that stuff, because I guess insulin costs $5 to manufacture. Well, if insulin costs $5 to manufacture, U.S. government, make it, and then charge, like, I guess $8, make a little bit of a profit off it for people that can pay for it. Have them pay for it. Like, look at what they make and everything, and if they make enough, have them pay for it. I mean, I don't think it's right to have people have to pay it all, but I guess that's just how this country works. If it ever does change, that would be nice, but I don't think it ever will. But just have them pay a little bit more, and then you can use that profit to make more and put it back into the thing. That's what I would do. I don't care which side you're on. That's what I would do. I would make the medicine people need myself with my government and be like, here, I'm going to make this medicine for my people. And yes, they will have to maybe pay for it because that's just how society works. But they ain't going to have to pay $100 or, something crazy like that. Like, I know things are hard, but $10 is doable. And then, even then, if... I don't know. It's hard to make things work. It really is. And I understand why there's so much arguing. There's so much bickering and stuff like that. I understand that. I know of ways we could do things. And I wish I could get into the government and get in people's ears and stuff, because I know of different ways that things could work. And I really just don't understand why we don't make our own medical supplies that our citizens need to survive. If we're so caring, like we say God is like the thing that runs our country or whatever, I mean, I'm not for that, but if we're going to be like that, then isn't that something that they'd want us to do? Speaking out of like what that is, because I used to be a Christian. Speaking on that, God would want us to take care of our sick. And doing something like that, where we would make our resources, and then the money people pay for the said resources, put that back into those resources. It'd just be a good idea to have government-made products of that. I sometimes feel like the government just hates poor people. And that doesn't matter which side you're on. You can be on either side. The rich, I feel like, just want the poor to die. And I know each side has rich and each side has poor. But what I'm saying is I just feel like the rich want the poor to just die so they can have more money. But if we're gone, and I keep saying this all the time, if stuff keeps getting so expensive, stuff's going to get to this point where nobody can even buy it, and people are like, can't buy that. And the companies are like, wait, why are we not making any money? Because nobody can buy it anymore, bud. Your friends are the only ones that can, you guys can switch money back and forth, but you ain't doing nothing else, That's going to happen one day in this society. I don't think any of us now will be here to see it, but it's going to happen one day if stuff keeps going up in price. All these things are going to be so expensive, nobody's going to afford anything. And all these rich companies are just going to be stuck with all this stuff, and nobody's going to buy it. Honestly, I think that's what we as a society should do. We should not buy anything. Just stock up for a while. I mean, everybody, every citizen, the government should encourage this. Every citizen stocks up for a good couple of months. And we just cut all these companies. We cut them out of our lives. We cut them all. We don't buy nothing from Walmart. Any company, anything. Just don't buy anything for 2 months. And be like, we're not buying anything. They're going to start freaking out. Like, oh, we're losing money. Lower your prices and we'll buy stuff again. That's a protest we should do. That's peaceful, too. Nobody's going to get hurt. Nobody's going to get hurt. Make sure you got enough supplies. And if you have extra, help out your neighbor, bro. Nobody's going to get hurt. But I know we're not going to be able to band everybody together and do that, because people are like, but I want this, though. But if we all did do something like that, I guarantee you prices would change. If everybody stocked up and just held everything, was like, hey, we're going to just buy everything we need for a couple of months. We're not going to shop at any store. We're not going to do anything. We're just going to do nothing. Everybody, just do nothing. Halt, do nothing. I mean, I guess people are still going to have to work in emergency services and stuff like that. And things like that, because you need that. And different stuff like that, gas stations, things like that, people still are going to need to go around and stuff. But I'm talking about the products in the stores, like food, stuff like that, all that. That stuff's gonna rot. That stuff does not last forever. They're gonna have rotting stuff rotting away, and nobody's gonna buy it, and they're gonna lose money. They're gonna lose profit because nobody's gonna buy it. Nobody. I mean, boycott these companies, man. Boycott everything. Everybody just buy a bunch of stuff and don't buy nothing for 2 months. Buy enough to satisfy yourself for 2 months. I know it's hard because it's expensive, but start doing it over time, little, through the year. And then we all have a planned date, and they're going to know about it. They're going to think it's a bluff. And then once it happens, they're going to be like, oh, what do we do? Nobody's buying anything. What do we do? What do we do? I mean, if you got to go to work, yes, still go to work, but I mean, you're basically going to be getting paid for doing nothing. But yeah, that's what I think we should do as a society. I mean, don't buy cars, don't buy nothing. Just for a good couple months, don't buy nothing. Just if it's overpriced, don't touch it. If you feel like it's expensive, don't touch it. And I know that's hard. It is. I could do it if everybody else joined in. If nobody else does, I'm not doing it because it's pointless. But if I could get a big group of people to do that, I would do it. If I could get a whole town behind me and then we could get other towns to do it, I would do it. I would do it. I'm just saying I would. And I believe more people should do stuff like that. That's a protest. That's a protest. That's from your boy Gandhi. And he got stuff done. Well, anyways, I'm going to get off here now because I'm spouting nonsense. But yeah, I just got some ideas and ways to make things better and safer for everybody. And I don't care which side you're on and stuff. You can have your beliefs and not and stuff, but like I just wish the world was safer for everybody. That be if you're gay, if you're straight, if you're backwoods hillbilly, anything, just everybody just be, don't matter what race, what country, just. Yeah. Anyways, I'm going to get off here and upload this. So, yeah. I recorded it in a weird way, so I guess it's going up this way.